Hello and welcome back again. It's 2023. Happy New Year. And like always, we are going to talk about some of the new things that are happening in the world of mixed martial arts. The first news that we are going to talk about is Dana White slapping back at his wife. This is the level of news that we are getting from the world of mixed martial arts, and this topic must be covered because it can have some far-reaching potential risks for Dana White, and Dana White has been such a pioneer in in the world of mixed martial arts. So I think this topic must be talked about. First of all, I think the wording of this news is really bad. I don't think I have seen the video. I don't think Dana White slapped at his wife. He slapped back at his wife, and there's a problem of this. These kind of problems is really prevalent in today's world because our society teaches us not to hit women, and that's good. But when a woman slaps you in public or hits you in public, it's different. You have to restrain her. If you cannot punch back at her, that's not good. But you have to go away or do something like that. And I think that punch back by Dana was a response to something like that. So I think Dana White is absolutely fine, and he has responded. Like, he has stated that they are all good. His wife and him is all good, and Iril Helwani is milking this because he has some kind of problem with Dana White, and so he's milking this and just trying to make this all about he's abusing, his wife. So probably good for him. I don't want to say much about that, but Dana White is in his full right to defend himself, at least. Now we are going to talk about some of the other news to the world, from the world of mixed martial arts, because these are the news that I should be talking about, because these are the things that are necessarily connected with the world of mixed martial arts fights. Number one fight that I am going to talk about is potentially the best fight that will happen in the 2023. I don't want to say in that will ever happen. Is Alex Volkanovaki versus Islam Makhachev. And I think many people are giving their opinion that Islam Makhachev will dominate Alex Volkanovaki, but I don't think so. I think there's a real good chance of Alex Volkanovaki winning this. And I don't like fighting style of Islam Makhachev, because his fighting style is not like Khabib, where he's going to smash you. His fighting style is very technical. Although very technical, his fighting style is kind of boring to watch. I think, like, many people, even though you like him as a fighter, as a companion of Khabib, his fighting style is not that exciting to me. So I want Alex Volkanovski to win, and I think that fight is even. That fight is even Stevens. I don't think there is a great deal of like Islam Makhachev has the whole chance of winning. I don't think so. And now we're going to move on to another topic. Is another fight that is being rumored. I don't know whether it's correct or not. Another fight that is rumored is Charles Oliveira, the former champion, versus Beneil Dariush. And I think if that fight happens, I think probably Charles Oliveira might get the title shot, because if he defeats Beneil Dariush, I think he has the chance, because Beneil Dariush is that person that you think like who's going to be the next contender. If Makhachev beats Volkanovski, or even though Volkanovski beats Makhachev, it can be a chance like that. So I think if Charles Oliveira beats Beneil Dariush, I think Charles Oliveira might have a chance, and he might get the title shot after this. And I like his chances, but Beneil Dariush has proven me wrong many times, so I'm not going to bet against Beneil Dariush, because Beneil Dariush is one of those crazy strikers and grappler, and I don't think like he doesn't have a very solid jiu-jitsu, he doesn't have a very solid boxing, but he finds a way to win, and that's the sign of a real winner. So I'm not going to bet against Beneil Dariush. I don't even bet anyway. But I am just saying that I will never bet against Benin Dariush. Someone like Benin Dariush who can knock you out, who can submit you, I don't think so. And it's enough. I have had enough of doubting him. I'm not going to doubt him again. But Charles Oliveira, I like his chances because I mean, I'm a big fan of Charles Oliveira, so I think probably he gets a title shot and becomes champion again. I really like his story, coming from very poor background and just becoming the world champion. I like his story. It's very inspiring. And the last thing that I want to talk about is about Danis. Dillon Danis has just proved that he is one of the stupidest. I don't think that's a word. Too stupid to be a mixed martial artist. He just fumbled on a bag. He just fumbled on 1 million or something like that because he refused to fight against KSI. KSI is if Dillon Danish has fought against KSI, he would have been a star. He would have been on the level of Jake Paul, because imagine if he would have hurt KSI. Imagine the kind of response he would have gotten, because his name is around because he has always been in the controversy. Last time I saw him, he was having this fight with Jake Paul, and then all these other fights that he had. When the Khabib jumped over the top rope to beat him after beating Conor McGregor was one of the most iconic scenes in the UFC, but always in the news for just some bad reasons. He's never in the news for some good things. And when I saw that interview of Dillon Danis versus Dillon Danis in the interview of Ariel Helwani, I thought he was a really nice person because whatever he said made sense somehow. I don't know how, but that made sense. So I thought he might really fight KSI, and I liked his chances because I thought that he has a good style. I don't know, his boxing is not good, but he has a good style of mentality, and this combat sports is all about mentality, and I think he has good mentality. So I thought that way Dillon Danis can win. And he fumbled on a bag, and now KSI is now fighting Face Temper. I think Face Temper on January 14th card, and I think that would be good. That would be a really good fight, and I'm excited to see that fight because KSI is a very good boxer. People don't give him credit because they think that he's not a great boxer, but I think he's a good boxer. I really like his fighting style, and I think that would be a very good fight because Face Temper can fight. So these are the things that I'm looking to in this month, and if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe. Peace.